As we are getting ready for today's game.
Working and flipped off.
Keep going.
We are here at Ricketts Park. Glad to have you along here. ProView Comcast 26. Connie Mack website, YouTube. We're all over the place. Scott Coletti joined by Aaron Rivera here in the first game this morning. Losers bracket game. Midland Redskins taking on Test Baseball. Test Baseball is batting now. It's Connor Young, the right fielder. Jared Otwell, third baseman, second. Nomar Torres is the catcher batting third, and that's strike three called. Bronson Corpus a strikeout to lead things off here in the first inning.
Didn't waste any time with that, Scott. I mean, quick three-pitch strikeout. Did not want to get things, or did want to get things started on the right foot. So Bronson Corpus already liking the start there.
And he gets a good fastball, 89, catches the corner.
So
Hudson Cuevas, the second baseman, cleanup. Trey Gonzalez, first base. That's a pop-up in the shallow right field. That's going to drop for a base hit for Otwell. So Jared Otwell gets a base hit.
Jansel Otwell, it looks like. That's what they've got up on the board.
Ah. And Jared on my notes.
Well, I say we go.
No. That doesn't mean go by my notes. I'm looking for him right now.
Well, next up is Nomar Torres.
It is Janziel Otwell. So thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looked like Jared in the sheet that they gave us today.
That's what I'm saying. It looked like Jared on the sheet, but yeah, definitely on the roster it's Janziel. He gets a base hit. Nomar Torres is the batter now. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hudson Cuevas on deck. Trey Gonzalez first base. Jay Shoemaker is center fielder. That's a strike, and the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Drew Hartcock
remains the same. Cooling off, hidden treasures, a good night's sleep, and the freedom of the open road. For when the journey is the destination.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
I was born in Farmington, New Mexico, and learned to fish here on the San Juan. Watching the seasons, the bugs, and the trout. Lunker Alley, Simone Canyon.
Way overmodulated still. You're back.
Welcome back here to the Connie Mack World Series here on ProView Comcast 26, ProView Networks, and YouTube. Scott Coletti along with Aaron Rivera. As we are here and enjoying ourselves here in Farmington. Tyler Fryman leads things off. Wyatt Cluett, first baseman. Fryman is the center fielder. Will Krause, left fielder. He's batting third. Keegan Sawyer, cleanup. He's a catcher. Lincoln Boyle, the DH, batting fifth, as that's fouled off by Fryman. Troy Fisher, sixth. Second base, Judah Ota, right fielder, seventh. Dylan Cheek, shortstop. He is batting eighth. And Logan Honicle is the third baseman. Honicle is batting ninth. So no score here in the game. One hit for Test Baseball. And, your thoughts on how big this game is. I mean, both teams need to win. But for Midland, they were eliminated early last year, and that's a cold strike 3. Jack Vasquez on a good slider got him frozen.
Yeah, so both innings start out with strikeouts for this. Obviously huge because this is now loser go home in this section of it. Yesterday, the Midland Redskins went into extra innings against Doolin's Dodgers American. They lost in 9, 5-4. And for Test Baseball, it was a 9-1 rout against the Midland Redbirds. So looking to get a little revenge against the organization, if it's not the same team. So
not the same state either.
Yeah,
one's based
Texas,
in
right?
Texas, even though they're the same organization, and the other one obviously in Ohio.
Are they associated with the Midland Southwest team we saw last year?
Yes.
The Midland
so.
Redbirds?
Yes, I believe they are,
okay.
Yes.
Because, we had Midland Southwest last year. Now we got the Midland Redbirds. Wyatt Cluett coming in here, the lefty batter. So we got the lefty on lefty.
There's a ground ball towards the middle. Stab by the shortstop, and Hearthcock threw over to first.
No, he ended up holding on to that one.
Actually, he didn't throw. Yeah,
that was
safe over first.
Still a really good job getting in front of that ball there. It was never going to be a good opportunity to actually get at that one because it was just perfectly placed and a slow roller, so there was just no opportunity for the defense to really get something going out of it. Take a look again here on the ConocoPhillips replay.
Strike call to Will Krause.
Scott, my book's looking like a mirror on both sides. Strikeout to start things and then a single for both of these teams so far. I'm sure Krause will hope that it doesn't continue that way because of the double play that happened on the other side of this inning.
Well, Aaron, at least it's not looking like roof shavings like your phone did because of that foul ball that basically went through the tile up on the roof and sent stuff flying.
Yeah. Don't know if I'm going to drink that coffee anymore.
Right.
The open top.
Nothing on the count. Midland always a threat to run, so watch Cluett over at first. Krause is at the plate.
I remember Krause from last year, so that he's got some experience here in the Connie Mac. He was playing on this team last year from what I remember.
I would say a good portion of this team was on the team last year.
Ooh,
that's why yesterday was
Scott.
a surprise.
We got a balk out on the field, so obviously they must have said that Jack Vasquez was going towards the home plate. Lefties tend to get away with the balks a little bit more often. That little fake towards home and then go over to first base, but they called it this time on Vasquez, and so over to second base goes Wyatt Cluett. And so that does take the double play off the table. And sitting in that 0-2 count right now is Will Krause.
Yeah, Will Krause yesterday hitting the cleanup spot. He was 0 for 3, walked and struck out twice, moved up to the number 3 spot today. Keegan Sawyer waiting his turn on deck.
But yeah, back to what we were talking about with the returns. I remember Ota as well, and I think Troy Fisher.
Yeah, this is Ota's third year actually, and he played center field first 2 years, and now as he's going on to college, he's trying out right.
Yeah, makes sense. That's the point of playing in these clubs, right? Is to get experience and learn the spots.
Yeah, that was what Bart Hammock told me the whole plan was. Hey, we're going to, get him seasoned over there because in college he's not necessarily going to play center all the time. What a breaking ball. 75. Just pulled out the yo-yo there, and Jack Vasquez with a strikeout.
So that's 2 strikeouts already for Vasquez. Obviously, he's come up here with some good stuff, a good plan of attack against these Midland batters, and we'll see if he can keep that one rolling because I think the pitching's going to be massive for them. Obviously, there's a reputation that Midland carries with them to the Connie Mac World Series, and so you got to have good pitching. Defense has got to be good as well, but You don't want to be getting shelled.
Keegan Sawyer now the batter. Runner at first is Cluett, or second Cluett, excuse me, after the balk. And the pitch is a little looper. That's up in the air, but it's going to stay up for Hudson Cuevas, the second baseman. Fortunate play there for Test Baseball, and that ends the inning. No runs on a hit, no errors, and a man left on. We've gone one, no score. Midland Redskins and Test Baseball. Connie Mack World Series on ProView Networks and Comcast 26.
I was born in Farmington, New Mexico, and learned to fish here on the San Juan. Watching the seasons, the bugs, and the trout. Lunker Alley, Simone Canyon, Lower Flats, and Texas Hold. This place is world famous, and for good reason.
For 5 generations, we've been building New Mexico. That history is in every repair we make. Today, we're United Plumbing LLC. We're still local, still family owned. That means professional expertise. And knowing you'll always get honest service from a skilled technician. We're committed to doing the right thing for our neighbors. That's the United way. Call United Plumbing today for your free quote.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore, just like riding a bicycle.
And welcome back here to the Connie Mack World Series. Scott Galletti, Aaron Rivera, as we go to the bottom of the second inning. Each team with a hit. Test Baseball and Midland Redskins. Hudson Clark for Test, or Hudson Cuevas for Test Baseball. Leading off.
And the umpire signals 0-2.
Bronson Corpus is the pitcher. Corpus, a little south of Cincinnati. Here's a ground ball up along short. Dylan Cheek up with it, throws over to first. And in time for the out. That's out number one. Trey Gonzalez now coming up. But Corpus, actually just south of Cincinnati, Verona, Kentucky, going to Eastern Carolina. Barrel-chested, three-quarter delivery, 89-94. Why don't you give us the umpires there?
Oh, we got home plate Dominic Toledo. First base is Mike Bell. Scott Johnston on second. Mark Lewis on third base. And then our replay today is Rob McKinley. And Rob was telling us during the break, Scott, that the balk call wasn't for a fake. It's that they've added the disengagements rule here at the Connie Mack World Series. So you only get 3 disengagements on the mound, which is stepping off, picking off, anything where you come off the rubber, and so he hit his third disengagement, and that's where that balk came in the last inning.
Yeah, so you get 2, and it's a balk on the third, I guess, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Similar to what you see at the major league level.
Right.
Don't see it in the high school level, so could be an adjustment as that one's popped up by Gonzalez.
Judah Ota to his right, makes a catch, and there's out number 2 now, and that'll bring up Jake Shoemaker. So Shoemaker coming up for test baseball, but Bronson Corpus, strike thrower, really, really good pitcher with Midland all summer, went to summer school the last couple of weeks, came back, and he's actually been doing online classes while he's out here.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, you see a lot with some of these athletes, they want to graduate earlier, get to that next level quicker at a younger age because, frankly, if you do want to go professional, the more years that you have to try and make that happen is a benefit. And I will say you mentioned really good pitcher. I think we've seen that so far.
We have.
This is the first at-bat we've seen all day where he's gotten behind. He's in a 3-0 count right now, taking on Jake Shoemaker. So obviously this is not how he's pitched for the majority of this game, but the way that he's pitched so far has been pretty good.
3-0 the count, and it's ball 4, so he walked him on 4 pitches. But yeah, I believe you mentioned graduation. He is actually taking some of his first college courses online because he's already graduated. So he's getting ahead by taking online courses, which is very smart.
Yeah, very smart.
I had to read my notes to make sure on that, but that's what he's going to summer school. Because, I was a summer school student once upon a time making up classes, so that's not what he's doing. He's not making up anything. He's
trying to get ahead. That's what you tend to see. I feel like the old adage of the athletes being the dumb guys who aren't going to class has really gone out the window in the last 5-10 years. I mean, you tend to see the athletes all have really good grade point averages because they know that you got to have a good GPA to be competitive in getting into a good school. Not just athletically good, but you want a school that just is good education-wise.
2-0 pitch. Inside for ball 3. I'll tell you,
he's kind of lost the location here because he's thrown 7 straight balls here.
Right. Speaking of interesting, I'll tell you something that I think. Since the NIL has begun in college sports, I think the academics have become even more important because unless you're just a one and done and you don't care, you can lose your NIL if you're not a good student.
Yeah, you don't want to lose your scholarship and then your NIL, and that's where you're making the money. So we've got Drew Harthcock at the plate now, the shortstop. We saw him defensively in the last inning.
That's in the hole. That's a base hit to right field. Shoemaker will stop at second. And test baseball with a little bit going. Just going the opposite way. Wasn't really hard struck, but it was effective because he hit it in between Cluett, the first baseman, and Fisher, the second baseman.
Yeah, just a little seeing eye right there. Just got to kind of slap it through, get yourself in position, and now this is going to prompt Coach Hammock to come out and talk to the boys. A little early. I mean, you've still got 2 outs in this inning, so I don't know if there's a lot of nerves or it's just to kind of have a conversation with Corpus on the mound since he kind of lost the spot in these last 2 batters.
And the on-deck batter, Drew Wells, a two-way guy. First, he's a pitcher, and then he's a fielder, but today he's a DH.
Yeah, and you know what? He's heading out to New Orleans next year. He'll be going to Tulane University. Not too bad.
His dad, Dan Wells, actually played in the Connie Mack and had a little pro ball experience.
No kidding.
Apparently he didn't make it to the big leagues, but he played in the minors.
Pro ball's pro ball.
Pro ball's pro ball. Yep. So he was a good player, and obviously when you have a dad who's a good player, you're going to follow suit, and you're going to be at the park all the time, and, hey, I want to play too.
Well, we'll see what Drew can do here. He's got 2 on. Again, they're working with 2 outs.
Pitch is inside for a ball.
Yeah, still not finding the zone, not counting the hit on that one. That's going to be 9 straight balls thrown here by Bronson Corpus.
Ball 3-0. I mean, that's the unique thing about baseball. You have a pitcher, and we've seen it many years here at the Connie Mack. A guy's just rolling along, and all of a sudden he hits a roadblock.
Yeah, he's going to find the location, though. I mean, he's got the number 9 batter coming after this, but you'd like to get the man now. Save yourself a few more pitches. There's one right down the middle. Perfect spot. That's what you need on a 3-0 count. At least find the location of the strike zone again.
No score here in the top of the second. Test baseball, the visiting team. And ball 4. All of a sudden, you got the bases loaded. You got the Test dugout making a lot of noise. I mean, this is a game that you would think they are heavy underdogs, but they're not playing like it.
Yeah, anything can happen in the tournament, right? That's the old tried and true cliche, is that anything can happen. But, I mean, truly, these teams don't really play against each other, right? Test is out of Texas.
Right.
So you really haven't seen these guys, and if somebody's saying, hey, you know, we don't think that you're as good as this other team, this is your opportunity to prove it. Say, hey, we can get going, especially for Jackson Ritz right now. He has an opportunity to put his team into the lead.
167 in pool play. No RBIs. Did not play yesterday in the loss to Midland Redbirds. He has a big chance here with the bases loaded.
He's going into his senior year next year at Clifton High. So
Shoemaker at third, Hearthcock at second, and Wells at first.
And good pitch there. That was the wrinkle from Corpus to get strike number 2. He's got a 1-2 count on Jackson Ritz.
Here's the wind and the pitch. Swung on and missed, and nowhere to go is actually, or did they call foul ball? He called a foul ball.
Okay.
I thought he was signaling that there's nowhere for the runner to go because the base is loaded, inning over, but apparently
yeah, that's what I thought as well. I was thinking that there's no chance that he can go over there because the bases are loaded. There's nowhere to put him, but the umpire is calling foul. Obviously, Midland not liking that.
Yeah, I've got glare in front of me, so it's a little hard to tell. Sunny here in the press box, but let's see if we can see. Yeah, there's the ball right there, and really can't tell.
I don't know. Difficult to see.
But the umpire's right there, and he probably heard the sound. So
yeah,
if there's
that's
a
the
sound,
thing. The sound is the big part.
Yeah, the sound is the big part, and we don't hear it up here, especially on that one. The 1-2 pitch.
This isn't cricket where we have a special microphone to pick up if there's any contact.
That's a ground ball softly to first. The first baseman goes to the pitcher covering. They just get the speedy Ritz. 3-1.
And that was a close one. That could have been big. They were just able to make it, but this is what good teams do, is bases loaded situation with 2 outs. You get the out, you roll over, and you get your bats back up.
And they leave them loaded. We go to the bottom of the second inning. It's Test Baseball nothing, Midland Redskins nothing. Connie Mack World Series on ProView Networks and ProView Comcast 26.
I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves. I grew up here. New Mexico is in my blood. I'm a New Mexican fighting for other New Mexicans. I'm Adam Oki. I'll be your champion in the courtroom.
Welcome back here, Ricketts Park, here on a beautiful, sunshiny, hot, and so far windless day here in Farmington, New Mexico. Scott Galletti along with Aaron Rivera. We go to the bottom of the second inning of the first of 4 games here today. This one a loser's bracket game. The other 3 that we'll have for you will be winners.
Now an opportunity with a runner in scoring position. He'll take one up and away. Tyler Fryman thus far today, a strikeout in the first inning. He walked and scored in the third. And with Dylan Cheek standing over on second base after that sacrifice. Couple of pitches up and away from Vasquez. Good patience shown by Tyler Fryman, waiting for something close. That one was pretty close, but it's a ball outside.
Okay, after doing research, he is one of the top receivers in the country.
Oh, okay.
So it says top 25 receiver, but he calls his catcher receiver too. So I was
wondering because he plays center, but so one of the top
and with the
country.
speed, you mentioned the speed, so yeah.
At Beechwood High School.
It's like the third time today where I've made a comment and I had to do research to make sure on it.
Well, he's going to go over to first base for the second time today via the base on balls. So Tyler Fryman will get to bring those wheels back onto the base paths, and it's going to put Cluett up with runners on first and second. Just one out in the inning coming from the sacrifice bunt.
The funny thing about him being walked in that situation, once again, he's behind somebody, so that's something to watch. Don't want him overrunning him. Wyatt Cluett, the batter, and takes one up and in.
Cluett 1 for 2, a single and a ground out today, and everybody has to run back to their spots.
One ball, no strikes. 4-0. All 4 runs coming in the 4th inning. 2-run double by Will Krause. And a 2-run single, Lincoln Boyle.
Skips that one in for ball 2. So it's just 5 hits so far for Midland, but the walks in these last 2 innings have been what's been getting to test baseball. So that's already 3 walks in these last 2 frames. Finds the spot there with the fastball. 91 on the gun, 2-1.
And that's the problem, Aaron, when you get the walks here, especially at Ricketts Park in the Connie Mack World Series. We've seen probably 8 or 9 times out of 10 that run is going to score.
Yeah.
It's mathematically in the favor of the team that has the walk.
And Cluett must have been struck on that one, as he immediately tossed his bat, looked at the umpire. The umpire confirmed it, and so now it's a jam for Vasquez as the bases are loaded. So Dylan Cheek is over at third. Tyler Fryman is at second. Wyatt Cluett is at first, and the guy who hit a 2 RBI double last time, we might be seeing a review coming. In fact, we will be. So let's look at this one, Scott, as that one came in on the hands. Tough to see at that spot. That's going to be a tough one for the umpires to make that determination on whether or not that struck the batter. It's a big one, though, because...
Did it hit the elbow? Can't see the ball with the glare here. Would have had to have hit the elbow, don't you think?
Well, let's take a look.
That's the only place he could have hit him by that shot.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one for the umpires to make that determination. And the difference right now would be between a 3-1 count, runners on first and second, and a bases-loaded opportunity for Will Krause, who hit 2 RBI double and scored his last time at the plate. Certainly a dangerous batter as they try to make this determination. Looks like the umpires do have the decision, and they're going to say that he will stay at first base.
So hit by pitch number 2 for Vasquez.
And it looks like Test Baseball are going to be going to a new arm, Scott, so we will talk all about the new man for them, which is Michael Posey, when we come back. Connie Mack World Series on ProView Networks and ProView Comcast Channel 26.
Jimmy John's toasted sandwiches take the fresh baked bread you love and turn up the heat to toasted perfection. Crispy and golden on the outside, melty and gooey on the inside. Order a toasted sandwich at Jimmy John's today.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
Apparently YouTube's got problems.
We're back.
And we are back here. New pitcher for Test Baseball. It is Posey. So Posey, the new pitcher here for Test Baseball. Michael Posey, out of A&M Consolidated High School, going to Tarleton State University, 2027 grad, so he has 1 more year of high school. 89 to 91, fastball cutter change. Two balls and no strikes to count to Will Krause with the bases loaded. 4-0, bottom 4th. Pitch dismissed. 3 balls and no strikes. So you come out with the bases loaded, and all of a sudden you throw 3 balls, and now you have to throw strikes.
Yeah, tough spot to come out. We saw a bunch of this yesterday, guys having to come out with bases loaded, and so far for Michael, that's a tough way to start it.
Yeah, Posey delivers a walk. That's his first, and
I don't think that's the absolute worst case scenario, because obviously we saw that Krause can hit. You do give up the run.
Score a run. Yeah,
you give up the run, but you know the way that his bat has been, I mean, not just this year, last year as well.
Yeah.
You know, you give up a run here, but if you can maybe get an out here out of Keegan Sawyer, which hasn't been easy either, he'll take a strike. Wasn't really ready. He was trying to call time, but it was a little too late there, so Sawyer was going to give up that pitch either way. Sawyer last time, a walk, a stolen base, and a run. He was brought in by Lincoln Boyle. I guess there's really no easy bats in this lineup, so no matter what, you're going to kind of run into those difficulties. But for Posey, just got to settle it down, get in there, and get an out. If you can get a grounder, even better.
2 balls and a strike to Sawyer, who has popped out to second and walked and scored. In the air, foul right side. Thing about Midland Redskins, when they take a hack, they take a hack.
Yeah, they put that ball up. He'll sit that foul, though, into a 2-2 situation.
Got a lot of physically strong players. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that's ball 3, 3-2. Here's the 3-2. Ball 4, another run.
All right, now things are beginning to cascade a little bit for performance, or for, pardon me, test baseball. Not sure what you do in this situation, Scott, because you still only have the 1 out. And now you've got Jackson Boyle coming in.
All right.
This will be ripped down the line.
Down the left field line, base hit, 1 run scores. Here comes Krause. He will score. The throw to third, not in time. Safe there is Sawyer. It's a 2-run single for Boyle. He's got 4 RBIs today. And it is now a big inning for Midland.
Yeah, that's back-to-back RBI singles, 2 RBI singles for Lincoln Boyle, as this one is really starting to just turn the way of the Midland Redskins. They've got runners on the corners still. You see that one on the ConocoPhillips replay. The runners just getting to cruise on in as he squeaked it right down the line. Score's gone up to 8 now, Scott.
Yeah, which is run rule territory. Which means the top of the 5th could be Test's last at bat.
Yeah, they're going to have to get something going there, but first you still got to find the 2 outs.
Yet. There's one to the hole. That's a base hit. Fisher gets an RBI, and Fisher makes it 9-0 as scoring is Sawyer, taking second is Boyle.
Seeing eye single through the left side, Scott. Perfect location. Getting it right through third base and shortstop. They've given themselves a little bit of insurance with Judah Ota coming up. Still just the 1 out now. Runners on first and second.
So the floodgates are out now all of a sudden.
So 1-0 for Judah. His afternoon is a couple of Ks.
So 2-run single by Boyle to a single to left by Fisher. 1 ball and 1 strike. The count to Ota. Still just 1 man out, first and second. What did I tell you a little while ago? They're sitting at 4-0. It seems like, oh, it's 4-0. The next thing you know, you look up and it's a lot bigger.
Yeah.
And it's a lot bigger. It went from 4 to 9, and now you're in a run rule situation.
You got the double steal go down there, so Lincoln Boyle to third, Troy Fisher to second. By the way, Vasquez's book is closed now. 3 1/3 innings pitched, 7 strikeouts, 5 walks, 5 hits, 6 runs all earned. That'll be the end of the day for Vasquez, and Ota gets his third strikeout of the afternoon. And that's the second out of the inning as they have batted around the order.
Yeah, 10th man coming up to the plate, and it's Dylan Cheek who led off with a single, scored here in this inning. He also struck out his first time up. Posey deals the ball, 1 ball, no strikes. Next one up high. 2 balls, no strikes. By the way, at Worley, top of the 6th, 4-4. Doolin's
prime just tied it up, huh?
That's in the gap, right center field. This is going to go a long way, all the way to the wall. Easily scoring was Boyle. Fisher scores. It's a 2-run double for Dylan Cheek. Gets his second hit, gets 2 RBIs.
Second hit of the inning, too, for Dylan Cheek, and so everybody is just hitting right now for Midland, and it looks like we might be getting another change on the mound for Test Baseball. Posey was offering the ball over to his manager, and yep, he'll hand it over, and we will get a change.
So we will go to break here. Pitching change, 7 runs across for Midland Redskins. 11-0 they lead. Test Baseball, Connie Mack World Series, ProView Networks, ProView Comcast 26.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
This Connie Mack World Series broadcast is brought to you by DBAT Baseball and Softball Academies. This broadcast is brought to you by DBAT Baseball and Softball Academy.
My grandmother taught us how to cook, where to find Navajo tea. She showed us the ways. Juniper, elk, blue corn, red currant. Nature's gifts. We honor our traditional foods, just with our own little twist.
Got it.
At BMC Tactical, safety isn't just a priority, it's our promise. For 26 years, we've proudly served Albuquerque by promoting responsible ownership, education, and community. BMC Tactical, real people, real knowledge. And right now, real bad situation. The pitcher for Test Baseball,
Don Ramirez Jr. headed to he is from Davis High School, Aldine. A righty pitcher, and they're really going to be looking at him to try and get them out of this inning. It has been a long one for them, and they've got to find something to work here.
Logan Honicle, the batter. 2 outs in the inning, but a 7 spot has made it 11-0.
And Honicle 0 for 0 today because he's walked and sacrificed, so no official at bat yet. Had 2 plate appearances, and he's taken a quick 3-0 count. And that's just a little too easy, Scott. So he comes out and 4-pitch walk for Logan Honicle. That's going to put runners on first and second. They still have the 2 outs.
So Don Ramirez, the pitcher. One ball, no strikes.
That will skip on in, so still looking for his first strike. It's 2-0 for Tyler Fryman. Fryman, a K and a pair of walks, both of which scored today for him. 4th time at the plate.
2-0 pitch. That's lifted. Dunker in the left center field. A base hit. Coming home to score is Fisher.
And Fryman comes in safe. That was a tight one, and I would not be surprised if they get a review on this play because Fryman decided he was going over to second base, and it looks like Test Baseball might be calling for it. At least the second baseman trying to tell his coaches, hey, we need to challenge that one. We should have gotten him, but coaches, they're going to say nope. So the run does come across, and that run will close the book on Michael Posey. He has .1 innings pitched, 1 strikeout, 1 walk, 3 hits, 5 runs.
So Fryman gets a double.
Sorry, that's 4 hits. The RBI double for Fryman brings Wyatt Cluett up to the plate. A single, a ground out, and hit by the pitch earlier in the inning. Came around to score.
Two balls, no strikes. That's up high.
And he's still trying to settle it down into the right spot. Behind in the count 3-0 here.
Well, those typical innings where you just kind of lose steam. 4 in the third, 8 here in the fourth. Just getting that third out seems like an impossibility.
Yeah, it's been really difficult here in this inning for Test. Three-1 goes the count. He'll skip it in, and that's another walk here for Don Ramirez. Wyatt Cluett over to first base. That fills things up with Will Krause back up at the plate.
Krause walked his last time up. He had a 2-run double. That walk, by the way, an RBI with the bases loaded.
And actually, we're going to get a pinch hitter here. So Midland getting some other guys some experience here in the Connie Mack World Series.
Braden Schmittou is going to come up and get an opportunity to play. So Schmittou coming out. Braden Schmittou going to Lincoln Memorial, a Division II school. Good player, baseball savvy, high baseball IQ. A kid that played for Midland Redskins during the fall season and made the team to come to the Connie Mack World Series. And he socks one hard down the right side. just by that swing, don't mistake him not playing for not being a good player. That was a heck of a rip on the first swing.
Well, for all the teams that we see here at the Connie Mack World Series, there's a lot of good guys on every team, so just because some guy isn't starting doesn't mean that he's not talented. It's just that there really is a lot of great players out here at Ricketts Park. But right now, Schmittou sitting in a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Don Ramirez trying to get them out of the inning.
Outside for ball 2.
Staying alive with a little cut, fouls it off.
1 o'clock game here will be Doolin's Dodgers American against Midland Redbirds. And tonight at 5:15, DBAT against Marlins Baseball Club. And Albuquerque Baseball Academy, Northwest 509 Stars at 7:30. There's a pop and foul ground, and fighting the sun and unable to hold on was the first baseman, Ford Allen. Tough luck there.
Yeah, tough luck. Having to fight. We're right at the midday sun here in Farmington, New Mexico, so did have to try and fight that. It's 11:44 local time here in the Mountain Standard Time.
4-4 in the bottom of the 6th. Doolin's Dodgers National and Doolin's Dodgers Prime.
He'll sneak that one low. No chase. Count fills up. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nowhere to put Braden Schmittou. And he's going to head over to first. And this one gets away, so there will be a look. No, just going to hold up his man over at third in, I believe that's Fryman over to third. Yep. So Logan Honicle comes around to score. It's back-to-back RBI walks.
And Krause with 4 RBIs on the day because of it.
Well, so that one goes to Schmittou, but that spot.
Excuse me.
Yeah,
that spot. Yeah.
That 3 spot in this lineup is produced. I mean, you would love, there's no manager out there that wouldn't love his 3 spot to produce 4 runs. And they're going to bring Keegan Sawyer back in.
Back-to-back walks for him, and he rips one to left field. Pretty well hit. Ritz going back, and it is gone.
And no walk here other than the home run trot for Keegan Sawyer. Saw that one and laced it over the left field wall. You knew it the whole way. He knew it the whole way. And Midland just jumping up on top of Test right now.
About a grand slam for Sawyer. So Sawyer with 4 RBI on the day now.
And he just really got a hold of that one. It wasn't a huge crack of it, but it had that satisfying sound. You hear it and you just know as we look now at the ConocoPhillips replay, just smashed it and going back. You already knew where that one's going, out into the neighboring road. So it's 17-0 for Midland Redskins now as Lincoln Boyle will step in. He clears the base paths with that swing. Makes it a 17-0, Scott, and Midland Redskins certainly getting a good bounce back after what happened last night, losing in extra innings to Doolin's Dodgers American.
Yeah, they've come back with a vengeance here today.
Yeah, it took them a little bit to settle into. They went through the entire first part of the lineup. Ooh. Good popper on this one. That's going to be close to that fence. Sliding into it. Can't quite get there, though. But so through the first time through the lineup for the Midland Redskins, they had 2 hits and a walk, but 5 strikeouts. So it was a little tough sledding on that first time through, but the second time through, they were able to jump on Jack Vasquez and really open the floodgates here in Farmington, New Mexico.
By the way, bottom of the 6th inning, Doolin's Dodgers National retaking the lead 5-4.
So the defending champions also trying to bounce back.
Full count pitch. Ball 4. That third out has been very, very elusive.
Yeah, so it's been 7 batters since that second out. Just have not been able to find it. Troy Fisher through the middle, and this is where they will get it. Picking it up and stepping on the bag is Hudson Cuevas, as he will retire Troy Fisher, or rather Lincoln Boyle, on the 4 unassisted over there, and that will do it in the inning. But Scott, massive inning for Midland here as they put up 13 runs.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, 13 runs, and they do it on 6 hits. We go to the 5th. It is 17-0 Midland Redskins over Test Baseball.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
I was born in Farmington, New Mexico, and learned to fish here on the San Juan. Watching the seasons, the bugs, and the trout. Lunker Alley, Simone Canyon, Lower Flats, and Texas Hold. This place is world famous, and for good reason.
For 5 generations, we've been building New Mexico. That history is in every repair we make. Today, we're United Plumbing LLC. We're still local, still family owned. That means professional expertise. And knowing you'll always get honest service from a skilled technician. We're committed to doing the right thing for our neighbors. That's the United way. Call United Plumbing today for your free quote.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Top of the 5th we go. Test Baseball down to their last inning unless they get a bunch of runs. It's an 8-run rule. And Midland has it up to 17. 17-0.
So 1-1 here for Drew Wells, a walk his first time at the plate.
Corpus only had 65 pitches coming in. He's at 66 now, 37 for strikes. Drew Wells, Jackson Ritz, and Connor Young. Final hopes.
Yeah, and this is essentially the dream situation for Midland Redskins because they're not going to have to burn a second pitcher in this one unless things really start turning for Test Baseball, which, you know what, there's still plenty of time. Midland do have, nice catch out in the bullpen. He was trying to make sure everybody saw, hey, I got that. I might be a pitcher, but I got a good glove too. But either way, if they can get out of the inning just throwing Corpus, then you've saved some arms for later in the week as you're going to have to fight your way back. Popped out to left field. And difficult one to play out there, but underneath it is Braden Schmitto, who just checked in the last inning for Will Krause.
One gone. Jackson Ritz now the batter, grounded out the first unassisted.
Swing and a miss for Ritz.
$17-0 to score. It hit him. Hit by a pitch, so a runner aboard. We always have these games. Sometimes you'll have a run rule where game kind of flies by, and other games you'll have that run rule in one inning, lasts about an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah, and that one it was a long inning for Midland because everybody was either getting on base by the walk or getting the bat on the ball. Walks do tend to take a little bit longer.
I was going to say walks are the time maker.
Here's Connor Young. 0 for 2 on the afternoon, a strikeout and a ground out. As he's sat in the hole now with no balls, 2 strikes. The man on first.
High chopper to second, could be 2. Stepping on the bag for 1. Back to first. That's a game-ending double play. Fisher to clue it. And just like that, Midland Redskins have closed out the game. A 4-3 double play. And the final score, Midland 17 runs on 10 hits and no errors. No runs, 2 hits, and an error for Test Baseballs. You look at the ConocoPhillips replay on the final play. You got the shortstop, you got the throw over to first, and that is your ball game. So big day here for Midland. They got 4 in the third, 13 in the fourth. They only had to bat 4 innings to get 17 runs.
Yeah, pretty impressive by them, and so Midland are going to survive. They'll be playing again tomorrow as just trying to fight their way through this bracket, and also an update in that other game going on. It is 8-4 now.
8-4 now.
Doolin's Dodgers National are looking like they will continue through here. So for the Midland Redskins, they will be playing tomorrow's game at 10 a.m. Test baseball is now out, but the Midland Redskins will get the winner of Doolin's Dodgers National and Prime. Right now, that's looking like it's going to be Doolin's Dodgers National. That's the 10 a.m. game tomorrow, Scott. So these kids, they just played the 10 a.m. today. They already know how it feels. That's going to set them up for tomorrow.
Right.
And we're going to have a big matchup if Doolin's Dodgers are able to hold on over there, because these two teams, they faced each other a few times over the years.
All right, the other games today at Worley, 1 o'clock. It'll be Brand of Athletes, BOA, against Performance Baseball. Then the remainder of our schedule here on ProView Networks, ProView Comcast 26. 1 o'clock game, Doolin's Dodgers American against Midland Redbirds. Marlins Baseball against DBAT at 5:15. Albuquerque Baseball Academy against Northwest 509 Stars. That'll be the 7:30 game. For Aaron Rivera, Jason Poole, All Niawani, and our crew, Scott Coletti saying so long for now. Keep here as we'll have the game for you here at 1 o'clock. That will be Doolin's Dodgers American against Midland Redbirds. You've been watching the Connie Mack World Series on ProView Networks and ProView Comcast 26.
My grandmother taught us how to cook, where to find Navajo tea. She showed us the ways. juniper, elk, blue corn, red currant. Nature's gifts.